Hello and welcome to another one of my car review videos. Well, the Logan's in for a service, and what they've given me is this thing. I think it's a 2018 Renault Clio. I think it's a 1.5 diesel. I've just had a bit of a nightmare. I found this lovely spot here. I started trying to film and everyone and their bloody dog turns up. I had this whole thing sketched out where I was going to say this is a wrap but isn't a wrap when I was trying to open the McDonald's wrap, but everyone bloody turned up. It's like, let's all go and watch Cliff. But anyway, we're in this Renault Clio, and I'm going to try and do this video with just the two cameras, cut down on editing and everything, because he's just wondering what to say about the car stuff. The first impressions of this is the it's basically everything's like a Dacia. You got your cruise control down here. In fact, what I'll do is I'll use this for just cutting bits in case I need it, closer bits of cutting. But yeah, you've got the cruise control down there, nice heads up display there, but the main thing about it is just the materials. You know, it's got the more expensive materials, so it feels a bit more upmarket, even though it's from the same parts bin as the Logan. But what I'll do is I'll get on driving and give you a bit more information about it once I drive. Good thing about it is it's got this key card thing here. Oh, there you go, it's off. So it's not keyless, but you got to put it in this little slot down here. Then you press the start button, put on the clutch or on the brake. Your first impressions driving up here from Newcastle. I'm up at Creswell Beach near to where I live here. Lovely surroundings. Just all the shots I had planned were ruined by people suddenly turning up. I mean, look at it now, there's no one here. Why couldn't there be no one here 10 minutes ago when I was trying to film that bit? But never mind. De-stress, Cliff, de-stress. It's nothing to worry about. Just hope I don't have a multitude of people following me around when I'm trying to make a YouTube video all the time. Just puts me off. But anyway, hopefully this is good enough for the driving shots. The other thing that got me was the engine sounds familiar. It sounds like a 1.5 Logan because it is the same engine as a 1.5 diesel Logan. It's just when I was going round corners and that roundabouts, it wasn't leading. It wasn't feeling as though it was losing grip. The ride's a lot more competent. I'm not getting jostled all over the place on this road. If I was coming down here on my Logan, I'd be getting bumpy bump 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 bump. So there's that main thing to think about. So yeah, you're getting your money's worth when it comes to things like that. What's going on down here? Oh, this is interesting. In a courtesy car. Seats, lovely trim. Yeah, it just feels a lot nicer. Logan's great value for money, but this just feels a lot nicer. Cruise, as I said, the cruise control's down here. It does have a nice LED speedo here. The cruise control, which I didn't realise, it must be like this in all Renault brands, or close to Renault brands, where you got the button down here. Like you have the button here on the Logan, the cruise control down there. Same on this, you got the two things on the steering wheel. You've got this to set, you know, 40, and push it up one button at a time to increase speed. And that's to cancel, and that's to restart. There you go. So what I'll do is I'll just drive along here for a bit longer and see if I can think of other things to say about this thing. Don't even know the price of it yet. It's a courtesy car, so what are you going to do? At least it's not a van this time. Remember when I got the van that time? Couldn't stop saying it was a van. Anyway, a Renault Clio. Right, we're hitting the national speed limit now. Let's belt in a bit, see what happens. This gearbox, or this engine, seems to love pulling away in third. I mean, the first two gears are a bit naff. The first gear is really naff in the Logan, but in this third you can pull away from most speeds, like 20 upwards in third, with it being a diesel. So I don't know what the because these oh dear, excuse me, it was not me, it was my tea. that this cup holder down here cleared the handbrake when it pulls it up and down. And I put the McDonald's coffee cup in it. But there seems to be a smaller size one in there. So it looks like it's small enough to put your Red Bull cans, you know, how those thinner can energy drinks here. It's actually coffee, not tea. But, yeah, get that back in there. But yeah, there's a smaller one behind it. So I might have to get one of my Brexit energy drinks and try that in there, make sure it fits when I get home.
The rest of this video has been brought to you by the power of Brexit energy drink.
Brexit energy. Once I find a quiet enough spot without any humanoids around, well, I think I'll do a bit of a walk around this thing. But for now, I'm going to just drive it a bit further. Oh, that's one thing. It was on spot on empty, and I put 15 quid worth of diesel in, and it's almost at half full again. So I'm gathering it's going to be about just over 30 quid to fill this from empty on diesel. Now, don't start asking me about how many miles per gallon and everything it's going to get. I'll try and get the information and snap it in here right now with in text form or in a picture, a screenshot from somewhere. You can look at it all there, so you don't have to go asking me in the comments how many miles per gallon does it get. I mean, why would you ask me that? I've just got the car today, less than an hour ago. I'm just driving it now. Go and Google search it, and if you're too lazy to Google search it, here's the caption. Right, okay, so what I'm going to do now, saying I'm in the mood, I'm going to go home, I'm going to get my tripod to do some drive-by shots, but I'm also going to get my mother's mobility scooter out the back and see how well it fits into the boot of this thing, which is like my luggage load test, which I do apologise for missing out on this Nissan Leaf video, but yeah, it's going to be like a feature of my videos from now on. See if I can get my mother's mobility scooter in, so I'll do that when I'm there as well. I can also check up on her as well while I'm there. Right, let's see how well this thing fits in then, eh? Oh, that down. I don't think it's going to go in like that. I have to take the seat off. Yep. Bloody seat. Come on, off you come. No. What the hell is wrong with this? Doesn't want to come out anymore. Well, we're just going to have to try and put it in without the seat coming off. Oh. Poorly designed parcel shelf. Yeah. Well, summary is not a chance. Not a chance. No chance in hell that that's going to fit in there. That's a buggy mobility scooter test feel. Okay, so just done the drive-by shots, just checked them here. Time to have a bit of a play with the onboard music system. Just turn that down before I get any sort of thingy-jiggities from our shop. And it looks like it's touchscreen. I best use this to give you a better views than with the cockpit cam. There you go. Right, let's film it on this camera instead of on the cockpit cam. So I'm going to first of all set up my phone. It looks like, have we got nav in this? Caution, driving safety, agree. Yes, okay. Yeah, we've got sat nav in here. But this is probably the same system you've got in the newer Dacias, the red versions of the Dacias. Looks pretty much the same sort of thing on here. How do we get back to destination? Okay, home. Right, so let's try setting up my phone. Auto connection in a few moments. So on the phone down here, I best go to Bluetooth. Yeah, try that. Settings. Search for Bluetooth device. So we're searching for Bluetooth device on here. Come on YouTube, people are waiting. Scan. Yeah, Galaxy S6 Edge. Yeah, connect that. Pairing rejected. It said 0000. In. Alright. 000. Okay. Pairing rejected by media device. Right, let's try this again. Key 0000. Okay. 000. Okay. There you go. Hey, media new revolution. I'm connected to the media new revolution. Allow access to context of phone log. No, I don't allow. Right. So that should be media device connected. Media on here. No title. So if I go down to Spotify on here, Spotify, play. And there you go. And if I just turn it up, that'll be a quick 2 seconds of London calling. Turn that off for YouTube copywriting. Right. Well, that's my Bluetoothy devices connected. And what else have we got on here? Eco driving. I was just going to tell me how badly I've been driving. Acceleration, bad. Anticipation, yeah. I don't care about that. Do we really care about that? You could have told me how many miles per gallon I was getting. Eco coaching, no, I don't want coaching on that. Ah, there was something there. Trip report. So it says, according to this on here, it says I've done like 80.8 miles per gallon. Believe that or not, if you will. Right, so then we got the radio, the phone. What sort of settings? Volume. Looks like there's is it Bluetooth display? Yeah. Anyway, let's have a look around the rest of this car. Keep the cockhead come on while I do this. Is it still filming? Yes, it is. Maybe I'll have a look under the bonnet. Oh, that's the thing. Is it under the right side? The bonnet latch? No, it's under the left. Looks like all Dacias and Dacias and Renaults and everything are too cheap to put right hand car drive bonnet pulls on the right hand side. I reckon they should be charged not for doing that. Oh, cup holders, yeah. That's what I was going to do. I was going to get a Red Bull style cooler for there, but this car also comes with a pull out ashtray. Yeah. What's this? Oh, we got an eco mode button down here. Ooh, 5 gears, no range of the normal thingy. Thingy's there. Is there a glove box here? Oh, there is. There's a glove box in there. Yeah. And this is the squidgy material on the top here that makes it feel more premium. Squidgy, fatter steering wheel than on the Logan. With mirrors and doors and everything in the proper place. Nothing here. Nothing much. Let's have a look at the rear leg room and the boot. Stop here for a second. Right, now this was an interesting gimmick. I was looking around for the door handle. It's bloody up here, isn't it? What a strange thing. So let's try getting into the back cliff. There's not enough room for me in here with the, well, my knees are kind of touching here. So touching down here. But headroom, it's not really enough headroom for me. Cockhead cam has having a problem with me pushing it back, but even without cockhead cam, yeah. I'd find being in the back of here a bit of a struggle. I'd have to lean forward like this, like the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Get French car, Notre Dame. Anyway, bad joke. Oh, this is a cheap thing. Rear windows, wind down. That's cost cutting, Renault. You're meant to be a more premium thing. Why still have rear windows? Watch, wind down. Hey, is this a mid-trim version? Can't be. It must be top trim. It's got cruise control and that and media system. but wind down rear windows. How cheap is that? How freaking cheap is that? Middle seat belt puller here. This. Door pockets. Right, I'll show you. I'll go over the rather small boot again, which wouldn't fit the up here with this. Where you put the Dervin diesel in there. Apparently it's the Eco 2. Let's pull this boot up. So yeah, the bonnet, the boot bonnet. The bonnet's the front bit in England, not the hood. But the boot, sizable enough, but just not mobility scooter worthy inside. For a small car, I suppose that's all right. Have a look at this engine, 1.5 DCI, which you would get in a Dacia Logan as well. Come on, where are you? Find the latch. There it is. On a proper latch. How it works is this. There you have it. The box. What else does it go through? Indicators here, there's your wheels. It's basically the same door they've got on the Zoe, remember that. I thought it was just a quirky electric car gimmick, but they've got it on here as well. Whether they imported that into this from the Zoe or whether the Zoe was copied off the last Clio, I don't know, because I didn't really drive the last Clio. It's not really a type of car I'm interested in driving that much. Right, guess we'll get off going and looking at other stuff now. What else I look for? Oh, like shared steering stalks, you know, from the same bin box of spare parts as they use on Dacias. And that's even the same, I've noticed this controller is the same on Dacias and Renaults, because in some countries Dacias are actually called Renaults still as well. It's just like the budget brand in this country, isn't it? So let's get driving in, see if we can think of anything to say about this box. Okay, glasses on with cockpit cam. How's that for entertainment, eh? Let's see if we can think of things to say. There's not really much else I can say. It's a Chloe. Looks as though you're going to get around about 70 miles per gallon out of it. Its performance is adequate. Its comfort is far superior than the Dacia I've got. You can tell it's a slightly put this in a more like premium area. This is, I guess, Dacia is like the Toyota of Renault, and Renault is like the Lexus of Renault. Oh, look at this, two motorcyclists side by side. You're going to put that one and go over there with that one. Incoming call. Oh, hang on a second. Hello.
Hello. If you have debts of more than £6,000 and can afford a minimum payment,
get lost. Get lost. Anyway, people interrupting me while I'm trying to film a video. It's terrible, isn't it? There were those people down there this morning when I was trying to do that bit by the seaside at Creswell. Anyway, what was I going to say? So yeah, it's just basically Renault is like the Lexus of Renault, and Dacia are like the Toyota of Dacia. All the same company, but one's a bit more premium vehicles. That's it. After driving the Logan, which is such a narrow car, fit through anything, this is the smallest car, like the small car or the compact car of the Renault range, and it feels as wide as a Tesla after driving a Dacia for a while. It feels about as wide as a Model S. Just to me anyway. I mean, most people they're probably used to this width of car these days, but after driving such as narrow as that Logan, which is kind of the benefit of having that Logan as a taxi, was fitted down the narrow pit lanes of Northumberland and that, in places like Ashington and such. But kind of running out of things to say about this car. I think what we need to talk about now is my channel and what's been happening with my life for my long-term subscribers. Last you heard, I was waiting for my medical to go through again to get me back into doing taxiing, and all looked rosy and red, and the Freeman said they were going to send me out a letter with the bit at the bottom. Basically they would send out to Northumberland County Council a letter saying all about my heart condition and everything, with a line at the bottom saying I am happy for him to continue taxi driving for another year. After 2 letters and 2 attempts and visits to Freeman and things, they're not going to put that at the bottom of there. And I've had a word with my cardiologist and that when I was there, and they're saying my aortic root is looking okay at the moment, but still inflated, and I'll be going for a CAT scan soon and everything, which says to me I am probably going to be operated on soon, next year, 2 years max. But they're keeping an eye on it, they're thinking about doing it, and that's why they don't want me out of taxi. So it's kind of lucky for me that I've been able to sign on for carers allowance and that, and look after my mother in the meantime. At this moment in time, she's having to cover most of the bills for us, but that's just life, isn't it? A year ago, father was still alive, I was still like okay health wise, I was making money, and now look at us now. And that's kind of another reason why I've not been making so many YouTube videos, because I've not had the money to go out and rent things like Teslas and stuff in the last year. I've not really had the money even just to go and hire a car, go for test drives. The last test drive I could do was that mini one, and of course I eventually got the Leaf, didn't I? Beg my pardon. But that's why my channel slowed down. I need more if I could find more things to make videos about that would keep people interested and increase my subscriber limit, I would, but I've tried all sorts, so here I am again making another car video. Oh, that's the other bit of news. It looks like the place in Spain is selling. There's kind of a contract which the mother aren't too happy about, but it seems to be something along the lines of they put down a deposit, they rent it for a few months until they get certain documents through or whatever. It all sounds a bit dodgy to me, but hopefully it all goes through and that'll be gone. But that'll be my next video actually after this. In a few days time I will be going out to Spain again, and we've sold the Focus out there, so we'll be renting a car, so that'll be another car review video. Probably going to be something like a Seat Leon, or it might even be another Renault. That which reminds me about the Renault my uncle hired the last time we were out there, was the Renault, the one from the Megane, and its gearbox failed, and they tried to get him to pay for it, saying he broke it himself. But yeah, we were driving it out of the car just as we got there. We were driving it out of the car rental place at the Alicante airport, and it kept coming out of gear, and he was like, it was just got through the barriers where you pay for your parking and that, and it stalled, and it came out of gear, and it kept coming out of gear, and people were behind it beeping them and everything because it wouldn't go into first gear. A few days later the gearbox totally failed altogether. You had to drive around everywhere in second just to get it back to a place in Spain. And yeah, we had a look online, and apparently it's a common fault with a certain type of gearboxes. People all over, like in forums and things, going on about this problem with the Renault Megane gearbox. So hopefully it's not one of them, and we don't have that issue. Hopefully it's something like a Seat Leon or something like that. So what have I got to do now? I've got to drive around here for a little bit and try and figure out what to talk about now. I don't think there is anything else to talk about. I think I've covered everything I need to talk about in this car, Don't need to make this video any longer than it has to be. So what I'll say now is, please remember to like and subscribe. I'm getting closer to the 1,000 subs I need to start monetization again. So please subscribe. I don't release that many videos to keep annoying you when you're in your inbox with constant messages of a video every day. I try and make my videos when I've got actually something good to make a video about, or half decent. I've seen a lot of people trying to get more views on YouTube just by churning out lots of rubbish. I've even tried that method myself, just making a video about anything, but people don't want a video about anything, do they? So yeah, my channel is kind of about more interesting things. I try to make it about more interesting things than just, you know, random rubbish every day. You don't want to know everything about my life. So yeah, please subscribe. My hope is that I can make a nice little side income off this again at some point, seeing I've got all this spare time on my hands now, being a carer. So that's all for now. Thanks again for watching, and catch you next time.